Good morning, fellow boomers. Top of the day to you. Got my tie on just like all of you guys, 'cause I'm old and boring. Today, we're gonna go over things like cryptocurrency. How are the cryptocurrency charts looking today? Well, I don't know. Hold on a moment. Let me get into my charts. As we can see here, in cryptocurrency land, everything is going up. Fantastic. Ha 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 ha. Look at all that. Ha, ha. I'm not doing that anymore. I was just figured I'd do the opposite of boomer shit. I mean zoomer shit, which is like spaz off the wall and all that jazz. Um, I don't really have anything else really like. Yeah, I mean, it goes back to like what I was saying. Like, if YouTube wouldn't fuck with people, half the time this shit wouldn't even get done. Like, I probably wasn't even gonna do. I probably was. I was probably just gonna do something random, but I'm telling you, I'm really getting sick of doing this shit because it's just boring. And then YouTube will fuck with me, and then I'll be like, all right, well, I'll keep on doing it then. Like, I really think that what it is that my last strike just ended, um, and like you can't upload for a week when you get one strike, but they take your strikes away now, and then like you're on thin ice for a month until that strike goes away, and then like I think like as soon as that strike went away, they gave me another strike just so they could be like, "You're on thin ice again." Like, "Oh no, oh, I'm on thin ice with YouTube. Oh, what's the world gonna come to now? Oh, I can't believe it." But who gives a shit? Uh, Look, I'm telling you, this shit is crazy. Like we are seeing things like, oh, I can't find it now. There's some shit that I saw about like there's a new kind of like fighter plane that the U.S. has that is like super fighter. It's like I think well, without rambling on too much, what it comes down to is yeah, hell yeah. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. That's right. That's what I've been saying, just in a nicer way. Um, I'm just talking about. Look, the only thing I can think of to say is, did you guys hear about that the hack on all the food plants and whatnot? I It's not even really a hack. You guys don't understand. Like, this is half the reason why I don't even give a shit anymore about like the field that I'm in. I mean, I give a shit as far as like I want to do a good job, and like if they let me, I will secure the shit. There's so much red tape in place. It's like the people in charge don't want to secure the things. The only reason why I can think of why you wouldn't want someone to secure something is so someone else can hack it. I mean, it really is the oldest trick in the book. Like, I'm not I'm not selling the secrets to foreign actors. I just didn't have the security controls in place. Oops, I didn't mean to let them hack OPM for 3 years. It just happened that we didn't have a firewall and a basic antivirus. Oops. It just happened that we didn't have logging on all the systems and all the government shit for 4 or 5 years. Oops. That's how they do that shit. So I mean, really, like before the hack came out, I was trolling one of the government accounts because for basically talking about like gender and shit like that instead of talking about like securing shit. And then the hack came out, and I was like, so what? I specifically asked him, I was like, what network access controls were in place? Was there any software controls in place? Crickets, nothing. 3 4 days later, they're like, who wants to know? Who can tell us what a knack is? Can anyone that has secure perimeter? These fucking retards trying to save face after you got called out is what it is. Fucking assholes. But no, I'm telling you, like they are doing all this shit on purpose. One of the things that you guys don't seem to remember because everyone thinks socialism is good and not bad is what were the Nazis doing in Africa? Why were we fighting a war in the desert in World War II in the first place? Because they were spreading fascism to all the Arabic countries. And then think about what happened at the end of World War II. End of World War II, Russia and America took all the German scientists who were super Nazis and all the Japanese ones who were doing all kinds of biological shit on Chinese prisoners. I want to remind everyone, real China is Taiwan. China is the socialist assholes who were running drugs for the British cartels during the Opium Wars, who basically took over. when everyone else was tired from fighting the Japanese and the Nazis. So if you want to visit China, you actually have to go to Taiwan. That's the government of China that was in place during World War II and all that bullshit had a fleet of Taiwan when the socialists took over. So mainland China really is West Taiwan. Yeah, this is what it is. I mean, no one gives a shit that John Cena has to be on Fast and Furious 27. No one gives a shit. All right, Taiwan's a country. All right, but yeah. So these like fake ass cyber hacks. I mean, I'm gonna say it again. Like, why do you think they've been spending all this time and money promoting people who are like, you know how to secure systems? Change your gender. I'm offended. You know what? You don't need to update your systems. You need a whatever the fuck they were talking about. Stupid dumb motherfuckers. It is so basic. It is so basic to do. Like again, I I literally got fired from a job a year and a half ago for doing all of this in passing. I would drive in at 9:45, sometimes at like 10 o'clock. I would miss the meetings. I didn't really give a shit. I would get there when I could, right? I would put on the CDM hat, and the person that they had me mentor or whatever the fuck it was, I was a pain in the ass. That dude, he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Do you see all these posters here?" He was like, "Yeah." You see how they're all about like teamwork and empowerment and diversity and all that shit? He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "How much you want to bet?" All these managers don't know shit about shit. All they want to do is come in, look at some spreadsheets, drink their coffee, and see that everyone out here matches one of these posters. They're like, "Probably." So I was like, I'm gonna nod it 3 or 4 of the heads up with my CDM hat on. They're going to see us diversity in the coffee groups. I'm going to get the fuck out of here, and I'm going to finish up everything remotely. For, for like 5 months. For like 5 months. For like 5 months, no one caught on. They even they had these big ass like lecture hall meetings, I guess like they do in school or whatever. You gotta like sign up for them. And every time they would come out, I would sign up right away for them in person. And then like the day of or like an hour before, I would switch it to like remote to make space. To make space. I didn't want to be greedy. Every now and then they would have like a Toastmasters thing where you go and you just like talk and then they feed you. I was like, oh, I can bullshit. Check this out. I was like, what? Once upon a time not long ago, when people wore pajamas didn't live life slow. Thanks for the food. Hey, what's up, Slick Rick? Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh. But then, oh man, everyone wanted to talk to me. That was the worst. I was like, I was trying to leave. Why do you want to talk to me when I'm trying to leave? Oh my god! And then I would try to leave by like 10:45. So I gave them a good 45 minutes of like team whatever the fuck they wanted to call it. But then I got the fuck out of there. I just did it. You DM me or whatever, ping me, and I would whatever. But no, they got mad at me because like I automated all their shit too much. And they were like, "This is the work of a whole department," and I was like, "Oh, is it? It's really? It's just load balancing." It's just load balancers. You have this device ping that device, and if it doesn't get a response, then you just tell it to get the other one on, keep alive, and then when you have that up, then you just make sure that the routing is right. Trace route. Oh, okay, well, this one isn't as fast as this path. OSPF. Okay, there you go. Uh, see, if they would have just left me the fuck alone, if they would have just left me the fuck alone, I would still be automating their shit, or I would still be eating their food while I'm waiting for them to tell me to automate their shit. But the point I'm saying is that It's easy as fuck to secure all this shit. They just don't do it. So what are they probably doing? They're probably creating fear and panic and creating shortages because they need you to be afraid and for them to shut down. They've been trying to shut down the economy for basically since the pandemic. All they wanted to do was shut down the economy. Why do they need to shut down the economy? Because they printed way too much money. They cannot pay it back. Debt is money, and they want to switch to a new one. Well, why if they can do that, why can't they wipe off all of our debts? If they can just switch to a new system, why do we have to switch to a system where they control everything? I mean, after you stole that election, you really think we're gonna fucking believe that shit? That you're so magnanimous that you're just gonna do the right thing to everyone with Joe Biden? You fucking dumb motherfuckers. I mean, you're literally shutting down American jobs, and Kamala Harris said she wants to send jobs to Guatemala. You guys are fucking stupid. Anyone who voted for these assholes is retarded. The good news is only like 20% of the country actually voted for them. Actually, it's more like 5%. Everyone else didn't vote. And then the other 80% voted for Trump. I mean, I'm still, look, you guys don't understand. Like, I don't particularly care. Uh, the massive fraud is, like, I don't know how you can not tell that there's massive fraud. Anyone with their right mind knows dead people don't vote and that votes don't flip themselves and all that bullshit. But I guess we got to play it out for all the panty waists and all twinkle toes and all that bullshit. But I mean, in the meantime, stack your crypto, stack your silver. I'm not telling you to panic. I'm not telling you to prepare for a drought and all that bullshit. Although El Nino, I mean, I'm not saying prepare for the worst. I'm not saying the worst is going to happen. I'm saying if you're going out shopping and like what I do, what I've been doing, right? As I go shopping, I'm like, okay, well, they've got some meat. Well, that's the meat that's like 3 days old that no one's bought yet. So they marked it down by like 3 or 4. I'll buy that and I'll throw that in the freezer. Okay. And then like when you come and like now, like they're starting not even to do that. Like that meat is still regular priced. I'm like, okay, well then let me get some steaks now and throw those in the freezer. Like if they're not going to mark down that means that we're really going to see something. Like, I'm not saying forever, maybe for a week or two, maybe for a month. I'm just saying you might want to have a few extra cans of soup, maybe some extra Gatorades, stashed away and all that kinds of shit. But anyways, so yeah, I mean, I'm not saying put all your money in cryptocurrency. I'm saying that, I mean, I can't show you my theta because I don't feel like logging into my wallet and all that bullshit, and that I keep getting that 4 or 3 error for using a VPN, and I'm not going to not use a VPN. But look, I mean, as you guys can see, I mean, I literally made $300 since I made that spaz video last night and this one. To some people, that's a whole paycheck. So I mean, seriously, just get into cryptocurrency. You're watching them piss on your foot while they tell you it's rain. You might as well make money off of it. All right, guys. Peace out.